Friends, don't get it twisted. Yes, been a lockdown, pandemic, crisis, fear all over, but you're responsible for your energy. You are responsible for your happiness. And if you didn't know before, now you know, exercise is important. You probably want to know why we getting it done in the rain, because the rain is now falling very hard, but here's what. We still have to train. Guess how we have to train? The 4th of next month, 4th of July. Guess what we're going to do? Play the game. All this training is for the big event, the big game that's coming up, the finals, the 4th of July. Right? That's what we're playing for. Bitcoin. Mr. Lazar, you will see this video. I'm calling you out. Because I know you're training. I know you just play the game the way you just train. And I know you just train the way you play the game. I'm waiting for footage from you, brother. Let me see what you do behind the scenes. Let me see what kind of training you do. Cash effects to the world. Legacy brand. Bitcoin. Mr. Challenge accepted, sir. This is the way I train and prepare for Cash Forex Group Digitization 2021. We're going to be taking Bitcoin to the moon and back. What I want to do now is pass on this challenge to a series of leaders. Mr. Trisha Sam, Mr. Ansel Payne, Ms. Ria Belgrave, Mr. Salim Mohammed, Mr. Darren Morgan, Mr. Anderson Matura, Mr. Charlie Richards, Mr. Matthew Matura, Forbes, Darren Morgan, Candy. And if I didn't call your name and you are a leader in Cash Forex Group, you are tagged, you are officially tagged.
Forex Digitization 2021 challenge accepted, Sion.
Vin, Sion, I don't know what kind of sweat all of us get, boy, but this is a real sweat, and this is how we do it down on the south side, right? So guys, 3rd and 4th of July, big Cash FX event, 10,000 USD to be given away. You all need to be a part of that event. This business has afforded us to do this on a Monday or whatever day we want, in the bush, real sweat, living the healthy lifestyle. Alright guys, so I want to call out some of my leaders right now and show us how you are preparing for this 3rd and 4th event. Mr. Nicholas Bagwandin, Mr. Ashram Maharaj, Ms. Siri Bowen, Mr. Devon John, Christian Keller, Tony Sinath Singh, Videsh Babulal. What are you guys doing? All my leaders, represent. Alright, take care everyone. See you guys soon.
I hear my name called. Nutrition is important. This is how we prepare for Cash Forex Group Digitization 2021. You would not want to miss this. 10,000 USD worth in Bitcoin prizes to be given away. 3rd and 4th of July, people. Now since my name called, I will call other people's name. So you have Rohit, Ishwa, Keegan, UK Bob, Colin Charles, Matthew Prasad, Vanessa Wright, Leah Moses, Kwasi Sarilo, we are Digitization 2021, 3rd and 4th of July.
Accept the Lord like that. Let me stand up, like you know that.
Alright, so we can have football alone. We split on this 2. Cash FX Digitization 2021, ladies and gentlemen, 3rd and 4th of July. This is how we stay healthy while we home. So since I got called Mr. Morgan, I'm going to call a few others. Jason Narine, Reynald Mohammed, Zion Raphael,
Onicia Belfon, Terrence Joseph, David Spring. I'm calling you guys out. Let's see how you prepare for the digitization 2021.
I accepted this challenge from Mr. Darren Morgan, and I'm going to call out a few people. Ms. Nandi Rampersad, Mr. Kina Bartholomew, Mr. Denzel Warner, Mr. Avian Jack, Ms. Khadija Rowley, Ms. Mahalia George, Mr. Denzel Huggins, Ms. Kenisha, right? Get on board. I want to see your videos. Be there. We're going to be fighting poverty. We're going to be fighting some of the financial challenges that the pandemic brought.
So guys, here we kill two birds with one stone. We work on our abs and on our hat. So I hope to see you guys there. I have been called out by Leah Moses, Lindell Brooks, Ansel Payne, Avian Jack, Christian Jacob, and Kaya Mali, you know I was going to call your name. Hope to see you guys very soon.
Yes, people, Ansel Payne here, calling out all the people at Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean. Cash Effects Digitalization 2021. Digital relief people. Yes. Yes, everyone, come out. And you see you out there. We're getting ready for the digital relief people. I'm calling out. We have Belgrave, Miss Karen Forbes, Michael Lashley, Arcel Bernard, Kina Bartholomew. I never forget anybody else. Don't worry. But let I represent. We go on, people.
Because I was tagged by Mr. Darren Morgan, so I'm going to call a few names. So Jason Thomas, Nicole Rennie, right? Crystal Cross, Kwesi Orr, Christian Jacob. It's your time now.
Salim Mohammed, challenge accepted. Guys, this is how we are preparing for this event, this grand launch, the 3rd and the 4th of July, the Cash FX community. This is an event you don't want to skip, because why? 10,000 USD will be given away in contracts, in giveaways, guys. This is an event you don't want to miss. So guys, I'm gonna prepare, get them skips in. You don't want to miss it. I want to call out some of my leaders. Mr. Sean Williams, Mr. Adrian Sukdew, Mr. Quincy Alcantara, Mr. Michael Brown, Mr. Sheldon Shirley, Mr. Mark Daniels. Where are you guys? Let's go. See you all there.
Challenge accepted, Mr. Nicholas Bagwadine. I'm on it. Don't skip the opportunity. July 3rd and 4th, this big event coming up. We're pushing towards our gains. Pushing because we want bigger gains.
Digitization 2021 will be bringing $10,000 US worth of digital relief to the masses, right? And not just $10,000 US, we are also bringing a different way of thinking. You see, in chess, in order to be successful, you have to be able to think not one, but multiple steps ahead, right? So with Cash Forex Group, guys, on the 3rd and 4th of July, we're bringing a concept, right? Called passive income, right? So I here playing chess, sharpening my mindset, because without a strong mindset, right, we is a ship without a compass, right? Shout out to Leah Moses and Darcel Bernard, right, for helping share the awareness for this amazing opportunity we have going on the 3rd and 4th of July. But I want to find out from some other leaders, right? Mark Paris, how you preparing? Trixie, Lyndon Brooks. We want to see how you preparing for the 3rd and 4th of July. Digitization 2021, guys.
Come in.
Good morning, Doc.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Feelgood. How can I help you?
Doc, can I have a seat?
Sure, have a seat.
I don't know what it is, but I'm just stressed. I'm fed up living paycheck to paycheck. I have so many bills. I have loans. And I don't know what it is. I'm getting paid because I have all these bills.
Well, you don't worry. We at Cash Effects are to the rescue. We have come to your rescue today. This will also be your opportunity to learn about passive income and also to earn passive income. Isn't that wonderful?
That is great.
So this is the end of your worries and your way to be such on the road to financial freedom.
Well, I'm feeling much better.
I am so happy.
Somebody call him in there? What that sound like? Darren Morgan? Darren Morgan, challenge accepted. Digitization 2021, the 3rd and 4th. 10,000 worth of Bitcoin USD giveaway. You don't know. This is how I prepare.
Cash effects, you don't know. I recommend that you gloves up with cash effects.
Digitization 2021, July 3rd and 4th, 10,000 USD in contract giveaway. Are you ready to get going? Let's go, guys. Keep yourself healthy and ready for July 3rd and 4th, 2021. Let's do it. I am fighting paycheck to paycheck. Now is the time to stop fighting. Digitization 2021. I want to take this time to call out some of the top leaders I can award. Dominic Merritt from Barbados. Let's go, guys. Let's see what you're doing. Thank you, guys.
What's up, Cash FX family? Alright, so Mr. Vin and Mr. Liza. So I got challenged, right?
Hi guys, Adrian Sugdeo here. Yo, Mr. Nicholas Bagwandin, I accept your challenge and I am going to show you guys how I have been getting ready for Digitization 2021 with legacy company CFX. I've been cooking a lot lately and today I am going to make a tasty chicken soup. Alright guys, so we're testing the oil. Our oil looks pretty hot and so we're going to throw in some vegetables. We're going to saute them. So we're going to start with the onions. Alright, then we're going to throw in some garlic. We throw in the onions first so that the garlic doesn't burn. Alright, we're going to add some carrots. Carrots bring that delicious flavor. We're going to add this tea bag right here. And we're going to add some green seasoning to flavor that stuff really nice. I'm just throwing a couple potatoes. Alright, and we let that stir a little bit right there. Alright, and we're going to add in some salt to the taste. Alright guys, so while this is sauteing and we are getting ready to add the water, let me quickly tell you about this great digitization launch that is taking place on the 3rd and the 4th of July. You are not going to want to miss this, alright, this great event. Alright, registration is now open and once you register, get this, once you register, you can walk away on those 2 days, you can walk away with a contract to begin this journey with us. Free! They are giving away 10,000 USD worth of contracts and you and your family could win. And so I am telling you, you don't want to miss this. You get on board. We are so pumped. We are excited, and I'm going to call out some of my leaders so that Day2 can jump on board. I want to call out Ms. Beverly George, I want to call out Mr. Shimron Mills, and I want to call out Mr. Justin Supu. You get on board and let's see your challenges, and we're going pumping into this great digitization event. 3rd and 4th, you don't want to miss this. So now it's time to add the chicken.
Hello everyone and welcome to Digitization 2021.
Yesterday was a
movie, eh? Yesterday was a movie. Right, so people, you know this thing is about digital relief.
Yeah.
And applying digital relief to Trinidad and Tobago and the region. So what are we going to do now, Mr. Vin?
We're going on wet them with some Bitcoin.
How much?
Wetting up the place as we start. Wetting after wetting.
1,000 USD we're going to give away. So the catchphrase is digital relief. Put your full name
relief
followed by digital relief.
Correct is right. Now yesterday we had about 47,000 shares while we were live.
Right.
So you know what we're going to do this time?
100,000.
All right, all the big and all the has sense out there, right? So here's what we're asking people to do immediate. Because we're giving away the 1,000 US in Bitcoin one time. Start sharing the link.
Yeah.
Share it on your feed and ask a friend or family member to share it on their feed as well.
Yeah,
we're starting it wet, like water today.
Wet is wet and sweat is sweat. 100,000 shares we want. Bring the viewers on. We're on Facebook and we're on YouTube.
Yes, and here's the thing, right? Remember yesterday in the little snippet video we spoke after? We said if we got 100,000 views today, we're going to extend more prizes. So in total, we showcased that we were going to give away 10,000 US dollars worth of Bitcoin. But if we happen to cross that 100,000 marker of shares while we live, All right. All the big and all the assets, right? So we're going to give away more prizes.
Well, so people, share that link quick for me, please, because I want you all to, somebody to get that additional prize.
Yeah.
Because it's about digital relief and applying some type of relief to the people in our country and region. So
Correct,
share that now. 100,000.
Share like you care. Share like you care. Care like you share.
Nice people. So let's bring this into context here. Digitization 2021, as we mentioned yesterday, for those who weren't there, this is about adding value to our community.
Correct,
we want to make
right.
sure we give back. It's not about just receiving, it's about giving.
It's about
because
giving.
The receiving
is in the giving.
Is in the giving.
Correct, is right. The receiving is in the giving, friends. We operate by strict procedures and protocols in our Billionaire Club, and we adhere to the principles that allow wealth generation.
Nice.
All right.
This entire event is powered by the Billionaire Club. So I just want to give you all an idea of who this gentleman is, because I know yesterday we would have completed the entire event, and I wasn't able to share with you all who this gentleman is. So this is Mr. Mr.Jhone-Rae, for people that don't know who he is.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know, right? So, I mean, people don't watch him as just a young, handsome gentleman.
Yeah, that is a good part to put in.
That's a good start.
Yeah,
that is not the entire person. Who you're seeing here is, one of the pioneers that brought this cash Forex Group to Trinidad. The big one is driving that I call it the cash Forex bus. The bus. Right?
I wanted to be a bus driver and I was small enough.
The person that would have, done the research behind the scenes to find this instrument that is helping thousands of people, 10,000 regionally, right?
Correct.
Plus regionally.
Yeah.
Right. The person that would have done the research in the background to find this is none other than the great
Mr. Hoyte.
Mr. Stanley Hoyte.
Pioneer, visionary, extraordinary.
Yeah. So
superhero.
He couldn't have found a better person to introduce this to the community.
Yeah,
Mr.
definitely.
So he operates in vision, he operates in purpose. This is not just us trying to just, get people to sign up in something.
Yeah.
There is a purpose behind this.
Correct.
So the Billionaire Club people, we would have spoken about that yesterday again, just to bring, context for those who weren't there. The Billionaire Club. What's that about, Mr. Akin? Tell us more about it.
Again, the Billionaire Club is ready to bring the environment, right? Because no growth could take place without the right environment. And the environment in which we speak is actually bringing the correct information to as many homes as possible, to as many minds as possible, so that they can access, the correct information for wealth generation. And the reason something like this is very relevant is because when you look around the school system, what you're going to see is that school actually teaches the average person to work for money. Right? School actually teaches the average person to become specialized within a specific field. For example, a doctor, a lawyer, engineer. And, the fact stands, every single person that's self-employed, their revenue is connected to activity. I can give you some examples, You see, if a doctor does not tend to a patient, would he make money? If a lawyer does not adjudicate on behalf of someone in a courtroom, would they make money? Right? Even the highest level in office, for example, the president or the prime minister, if they don't do what the people place them there to do, would they be paid? So we have an entire system that teaches the average person in society that the way they make money is actually by trading time, energy, intellectual property, and utilizing your qualifications to tell you how much you're worth. And the truth is, that is far from true. Far from true as an entrepreneur, far from true in capitalism. And the funny thing is, we live and exist in a capitalistic society, and majority of our society cannot capitalize on free enterprise.
Got you.
That's insane.
Got you.
And the reason they can't do that is because they have been conditioned, they have been culturalized, they have been socialized to live within the constraints of a belief-structured system perpetuated by the scholastic system. That's a fact.
Yeah. Got you on point. So people, this is just a little scratch on the surface of what this gentleman has inside of him. And the Billionaire Club would be about getting people to understand, the journey is this: become your best possible self.
Your best possible self.
A lot of people are struggling with the how. How do I do that? I want to be my best possible self, but how do I accomplish that? And the Billionaire Club is here to get that done for you. So, Mr.Jhone-Rae, thanks a lot for sharing that with us.
Definitely.
People, this entire event is more than just sharing Bitcoin. It's about sharing a lot of information.
Information.
Information, with regards to what is going on right now and how you can get out of that, how you can change the way you think about your finances, the way you think about yourself.
Yes.
You know, so this was put together for that. But digital relief, but also intellectual relief as well.
Yeah, for
Nice.
sure, for sure. I tell people all the time, no one can act better than their thoughts, and no one can think beyond the information that was brought into them. You see, we become what we play into ourselves. So if someone out there right now, and by the way, yesterday there are many persons who was actually trying to get some digital relief. Friends, you won't believe what is much more powerful than the physical relief we're extending in the form of Bitcoin, the correct information. The correct information. I started this journey with absolutely nothing. A lot of persons wouldn't know that. You see, people look from the outside and they actually try to, make sense of your success. I started this journey with nothing more than a dream, like Martin Luther King. And I reached out to the relevant persons that would have accumulated the correct knowledges, and I then started to apply myself with the information that was now concrete in previous experience.
Yes.
So I'm saying to every single person out there looking in that's trying to get a prize, and winning a prize is good.
Yeah.
You don't even need to win a prize. Now, I tell people all the time, and I'm going to say this for all the onlookers, right? Because you're probably looking at this program and you're telling yourself, well, I want to get started. How can I get started? But I don't have the money to get started. I am speaking to you directly. Let me tell you something I told a team member that got involved with absolutely $0 and 0 cents. If you cannot make money without money, there's no way you're going to have the capacity to make money with money. It's not about your resources. It's not about where you are. It's about your ability to become resourceful. And resourceful would suggest, how can I create and co-create starting from absolutely zero? So one of our team members came to me. She said, Kishon, I can't start. I have $0 and 0 cents. I say, awesome. I was looking for persons like you 5 years now. I'm looking for persons who have no resources right now 5 years ago. Why? Let me show you how you can get involved in this platform without money. You don't need money. Because if you can't make money without money, there's no way you'll be able to make money with money. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. All you need to do is connect with your relative persons who have access to the information that can create transformation with the way you think. And ultimately, you become resourceful, and then your belief system starts to shift from thinking you need to have resources to have success. No, you need to become resourceful. And as you learn the methods of being resourceful, then you start attracting and becoming successful. Talk to us, Mr. Lazar.
Yes, well, people, struck a chord in Mr. Vane. They don't want to get them started.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But, so we have some speakers coming on. This is also a speaker here, as you all realize. So we have some speakers that we're going to introduce. But thank you very much, Kishon, for, bringing some context where the information is concerned. It's more than just, digital relief and all. It's more than that.
It's more than that,
about
for
shifting the way people think so that we can get you on the right road. So we have a whole lineup of powerful speakers today, right? So people, make sure you have your pens and have your paper, because we have a lot of prizes to give away here today. Digital relief.
Who won the 1,000, by the way? Who won the 1,000?
I think it's a person by the name of Khadija. Oh gosh, one of them hard names, boy.
Mr. Lazar, you want to help me with this name?
The best set.
Khadija Debaset.
Yeah, right.
So obviously you will be live, you would be on the Facebook feed. You just won $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? So that's Khadija Debaset.
What I want to find out is, where are we with the shares with this live right now? I want to know if we are the 100,000, so we can tell people what the giveaway is.
We're the 100,000 as yet. Talk to us, because we have some more Bitcoin in our close here to extend once we get to that 100,000 marker of shares today before we leave. Yeah, we have some more Bitcoin up we close.
Right, people. So make sure and share the link. Most of the prizes are going to be at the end of this event. Keyshawn didn't tell you all the sizes of the prizes. You know, we're talking about 1,000 USD, 2,000 USD. There's some big contracts to give away at the end. So make sure you stay to the end of the event. And
Stay
make sure
to
you
the end
share.
of the event.
So,
make sure you take copious notes, because every single speaker that's coming on is going to have information that's going to create transformation. And the prizes we're going to give away at the end, here's the thing. We're going to ask you some questions based on the content spoken by all the speakers today. So pay keen attention, put your eyes, focus on your television set or your phone or whatever you're on right now, and take some copious notes.
I'm seeing a figure here, and I don't like the figure I'm seeing. Now, you know, if we don't get to that 100,000, we're going to keep that additional amount of Bitcoin we're going to give. So
we are 4,000 right now.
Share that link out. So, Mr. Vin, we have the guest speakers there waiting to come on to share that, you know, fiery information. So you do the.
Well, here's the thing. The young lady that's gonna come on, I have tremendous respect for her, and I honestly believe that, you know, how we got connected was a divine intervention. She was introduced to me by none other than Mr. Keena Bartholomew, and the reason she was introduced is because, you know, we were actually looking for education to bring to our community, the Billionaire Club that is. Because, you know, we had a working system that creates passive income. But what we found is that passive income could only work when it starts exceeding the expenses. So, of course, we looked at the course created by the Grandmaster, a guy by the name of Robert Kiyosaki, world-renowned financial literacy coach. And he has a game by the name of the cash flow game, where it shows the average person how to think and how to actually get on the rat race. Ms. Collymore was recommended to me as an expert in that regard. And the truth is, I could never have it another way by having her as my mentor, understanding and learning the game of cash flow.
At one point, I don't want to call it a game. It's not a game.
It's really not a game. It's a game, but it's not a game. The principles in that game, once you master the principles in that game, you're on your way to financial freedom. And you know, Ms. Collymore stepped into my life in that regard. And again, it's divine. Because when we started playing that game with the insight that she has, my eyes started to pop like I was wearing glasses.
You know, you said something, Keyshawn, and I want to touch on a topic that sensitive thing.
Yeah.
Information. You spoke about that earlier. You know what I realized? In having conversation while on this journey, I've met a lot of people that call themselves traders.
Traders?
Yeah, and I want to touch on that.
I just trade, you know. For every person out there who probably asking themselves, Keyshawn involved in Forex, if you just trade, Mr. Vin trades. But what you need to understand is I only trade information.
Well, all right. So people, we are involved in a platform that is, you know, that we operate in the Forex market. We don't do that. We have a broker that does it for us.
Yes.
And let me tell you the significance of that. The average man cannot go out there on its own without the right
umbrella.
Nice.
So
what we have with our platform is you learn to trade for free. That's by itself. That's a given.
Yes.
But we also have experience, knowledge. A broker with over 25 years experience trading on your behalf. And you do not have to pay subscription fees.
No subscriptions?
No.
You lie.
No. So what you have here is an umbrella. You come, you purchase your contract, and you earn passive income.
No subscription.
No subscription fee.
People, no subscriptions for this service. All your big and all your cents.
No, that's a big deal. You know why? Because it takes 10,000 man hours for a person to become proficient in anything, right?
In anything.
So what I'm saying is this. If I join something today and I need to start to pay subscription fees. When am I going to actually earn money to pay the subscription fees?
You will tell me, because I had no time to... You will tell me.
All right, well, I done with that. Because it's bother me. Because people are losing money by trying to do this thing.
You're
not proficient at it. Well, you go ahead, brother.
All right. So let's talk about, you know, the next speaker, Ms. Collymore. Right? Again, she came into my life at a time where we needed the information that she had. It was relative to cash flow, the game. And I have to say, I cannot have it any other way after having her experience, knowledge, you know, guide us in playing the game. But here's what I recognize upon playing the game with her. Now, she has over 10 years experience in finance. I could have seen that based on the decisions she made in the game. She has over 10 years of operating in finance as a professional, helping and mentoring a lot of persons in that space, but not just that, local entrepreneur, you know, business owner of a well-reputable, successful real estate company. Now, I know she might want me to tell you all she business, but this young lady here represents, she's a symbol of massive success in finance, in business, as an entrepreneur, and in real estate. So without further ado, let me introduce you all to the lovely Mr.Jhone-Rae Collymore, and she's gonna take us through the next segment so that we could understand the relative of financial literacy, cash flow, and how CFX can help you attain that. Miss Collymore.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Nice, you're looking nice like a pie.
Thank you all. And thanks for that lovely introduction. I am happy to be here. I'm honored to actually be here to give some insight on a topic that I am passionate about.
Right.
And I believe that my goal today would be to extend information to those that are ready to hear. Because you have to be ready at times. Not all the time you're ready for information, and that's fair.
Correct.
All right? I am Jhone-Rae Collymore. Some know me as Ray. Some people know me as Miss Collymore. I'm going to talk to you about a subject that literally changed the direction of my life.
Right.
For those of you that see my eye turning back and forth, please note that in an attempt to make sure that I give you good information, I took some notes, and I'm going to be using some of those notes to quote on. All right. So I believe that this is a subject that not many people understand, but those who do sure live a better lifestyle than those who don't. And of course, I've taken time to listen to those persons that would have been successful in the field of finance. I'm not using my 33 years of experience of just, life, but I'm talking about persons who may have had 10 times of that before. So I'm confident about the information that I'm going to give you today. A Spanish discoverer once said, and I'm paraphrasing here, the good life is expensive. However, there's another way to live that doesn't cost that much, but it's not any good. Well, a lot of what he said is true. Many years ago, or many moons ago, as some people would put it, I had an encounter with a guy by the name of Charles Paris, a guy who I prospected to be my client. I just started my career as an insurance agent, and I had to introduce the concept of, I wanted to introduce the concept of protecting income. However, plot twist, jokes on me, I left that meeting with him sending me back to, learn about income with a few audiobooks. And one of those audiobooks was that popular book by the name of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm sure a lot of you probably read that book, right? So I know that we have scholars and, persons who are up to date with reading on, trendy books. So I know that was definitely one book that people were talking about. I had to be probably around 24, and I just started in the insurance industry, had a few years of schooling and limited to no information about business. I don't think you'd remember this story, but I took those books and I meditated on them. I read them daily. I had it playing in the car. I would listen to, the principles that the book would, were governed by. And there's a true story. I really don't believe that, I didn't believe exactly everything that he said. That's the truth. But I believe he believed what he said. So that was enough for me to go with the information that he gave, right? He said, you know what, John, read these books, do exactly what it says, and then come back to me and let's talk about insurance. Although we never got around to talking about insurance, I believe that a lot of what that book did for me has truly taken me through, I would say, leaps when it comes to earning income. I said, you know what do I have to lose? Use the instructions of the book. All I wanted was a little bit of money, a little more money. I figured if I could earn some money, it will help me get out of some of the problems that I was in. I was earning roughly around 100K a month. Sorry, not a month, a year. And I owed like 60 of that. If I had paid every cent I owed in 2 months, I would have simply broken even. So I really don't think I was going to change much of my life within that year. However, I started seeing results within 1 year of using the instructions of that book. To be honest, I don't think I got that much smarter. And I really don't believe that you have to be extremely smart to earn money. But I do believe that you need to understand a few basic rules and principles. And that's what I want to talk to you about. Now, after working in the finance sector for most of my career life, seeing a lot of money was not unusual for me. However, understanding it was not a reality for me. Truth is, you can earn as much every month as you're presently earning per annum. I could show you how to turn your annual income into monthly income. And while that may sound like a gross exaggeration, it really isn't. It's the reality of few, but by today it could be the reality of more. So what I want you to do, I want you to get out your books, pens, tabs, coffee, wine. And I really want you to relax and allow me to engage you for a few more minutes. Now, here's something interesting that I read when I started to, just engage in books that I felt would help me with income. I think one of the books that I read was from the author Napoleon Hill, and that book was called Big Money. How many of you read that book? You could put it in the chat for me. How many of you read that book, Big Money? Yeah? Good. I'm happy to see some of the chat. This is helpful. All right. Anyone? Yeah? Anyone read that book, Big Money? All right. Narrow on this conversation, folks, because when this is done, I am going to show you how you can execute what we're talking about here. Napoleon Hill said, when money comes in big quantities, it flows to the ones who accumulate as easily as water flows downhill. Now he said, there exists a stream of power which can be compared to a river, except that one side flows in one direction, carrying all who gets into that side of the stream onward and upward wealth, and the other side flows in the opposite direction. And for those that are getting on that side and unable to escape the unfortunate truth, it carries them to misery and poverty. Now, he said that there would be persons who accumulate great misfortunes and recognize the existence of this stream. So let me explain this. The stream consists of one's thinking process. The positive emotions and thoughts form the side of the stream that carries one to great fortune. The negative emotions of one's thoughts form the side that carries one downward to poverty. However, it can be changed just from a shift of mentality. How many of you knew that your emotions had a lot to do with your ability to earn income? Tell me in the chat. Let me see how many of you. I really enjoy engaging with persons. I like to know that I am not alone. How many of you know that emotions have a lot to do with your ability to earn money? Yeah? No? All right. Well, let's get into that conversation. Now, he said, this carries a theory of great importance. To the person who's listening, what we're talking about here is the objective of accumulating a fortune. If you're on the other side of the stream of power, which leads to poverty, this may serve as an oar to you, by which you can propel yourself to the other side of the stream. It serves you only if you are willing to apply the information. I'll just repeat that. It serves you only through application and use. Simply reading or passing judgment on it, one way or the other, will in no way benefit you. All right? He said, poverty and riches often change places. Poverty may and generally does voluntarily take the place of riches, but when riches take the place of poverty, the change is usually brought about through well-conceived and carefully executed plans. Somebody say plan. I want to see in that chat, someone says plan. Put that in the comments. I'm looking out for your comments. Plan. Looking for it. Someone say plan. Someone say planet. Someone say plant it. Not ganja, folks, but plants. Plant these ideas of money in your mind. Poverty, you'll agree. Oh, now I'm seeing you guys. So now I feel like I'm corresponding. I wasn't seeing the comments. Great. So plan. I want you to put plan. And then I want you to put planet. And then I want you to put plant it. Plant it meaning plant these ideas of money in your mind. Because a seed is a powerful thing. Poverty, you would agree, has no plan. It needs no one to eat it because, let's be honest, poverty is bold, abrasive, aggressive, and ruthless. She's like that bad chick you don't want to deal with. You don't want to mess with her at all. I call her the virus. Riches, on the other hand, could be likened to be more shy, timid, and they have to be interacted. You have to engage. You have to woo riches. You can't take for granted that it will come with no plan. And of course, these nuggets could be found in many books, from the Bible to the secret to the 7 secrets of a successful person. You can find all of this information right there. What I'm saying to you is not, new. For some, it might be a reminder. But for the most part, a lot of this information we know within ourselves. All right. However, you'd find that every single topic about finance or income or earning income has some similarities in terms of the message or the concept that is being, I think, communicated. And what is that concept? I'll give you all some time to think about it. What is that concept that, all the principles seems to be governed by? You have to attract it. You have to attract it. You just have to. As a man thinketh, so is he. You're gonna have to change your mindset. You're gonna have to start believing at some point. Yeah? Somebody say attract it. Or somebody put in that comment, attract it. Let me see how many of you getting through with this message. Yeah? Nice. I'm seeing it now. Okay. Now, I think you're going to enjoy the next couple minutes. I'm going to spend some time going a little more in depth. And I really think that you need to take out your pen, books, paper, whatever you have on you. If you're using your tab, I think this is a good time to take this information in. Let's talk about a few principles that could really take you through a lifetime. One of which is the law of compensation. And some people may refer to it as the law of work and reward. but they're pretty much the same. All right. First of all, money has to be earned, and there is a law that governs the whole universe. Everything operates by some sort of law. I'd use the word the law of compensation in this context. All right. And the law of compensation is precise. The law of compensation clearly states the amount of money you earn will always be in exact ratio to 3 points. So jot down these 3 points for me. Number 1, the need for what you do. Number 2, your ability to do it. Number 3, the difficulty there will be replacing you. Now, let's think about that for a minute. So, number 1, the need for what you do. Number 2, your ability to do it. And number 3, the difficulty there is in replacing you. Now, a pretty good fact to note is the need for what you do is already there for the most part. You don't have to do much about that aspect of these principles. Number 3 will be taken care of if you take care of number 2. I want you to think about that as well. Number 3 will be taken care of if you take care of number 2. You may want to think about how you're doing number 2 as well. I also thought about this for a long time, and I realized that this could be very true. You may only have to focus on one of those 3 points, and that is number 2, your ability to do it. Whatever you're doing, you must consider mastering it. It makes no sense to go into something and not consider, just getting better at what you do. Complacency, I think, is I see it as an illness. I see it as something that really sets us back rather than propel us forward. So complacency is just as bad as not doing it at all. So whatever you're doing, I suggest that you master it. Mastering it is just you doing whatever you're doing to get better at it in some way or the other. And truth is, there is no competition. You should be your only competition. You're actually going to be the only competition you ever have, in life. If you choose to do well, I don't think that competing with someone would actually be that why factor for you to continue to do well. Something within you has to want more, in terms of just want more knowledge or more, more in life. And while I know that we only have 20 minutes, I want to touch on some things that could really help you to consider why you're not earning the income that you should be earning. A lot of it has to do with not having a great why. What I mean by that is not the letter Y, but the word why. You don't know why you want income. And if you can't discover that, there's a high probability that you're not going to make more than your purpose or your reason for wanting more income. All right? So, sure. Now, I want you to think about this. There are 3 strategies, and I don't have a whole lot of time, but I just want to get this in for you. So take notes again. There are 3 strategies that I want to leave you with. Before I start to get into them, here's something you want to put in your mind. If you don't teach your children how to earn money, odds are pretty good they're not going to learn. All right? Students, guys, unfortunately, my session has to end soon, but I want to let you know that I would be on board to help anyone that's interested in learning more about income. Thanks for having me, and stay tuned. There's so much more to learn. All right. guys, thank you again.
I felt like
see.
speechless right now. I'm not someone, caught for words.
But I just have to make a comment here, Ms. Collymore. I heard you speak about the law of attraction. I want to say that you look very attractive this afternoon.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, guys.
The information that you shared there for those who are looking on right now and they're taking themselves serious, definitely that will be a course of action moving forward. And friends, by the way, Ms. Collymore, myself, Mr. Lazar, and the entire billionaire community, the only reason we are giving you all snippets of what we have to offer is so that you could connect with us, and stay tuned until we start extending our courses. Because we are here to make a major impact in society, in culture, right? Trinidad and Tobago, by extension, the Caribbean world, by having one-on-one sessions, having group sessions, having online sessions, as much as we need to have with our entire community, because it's not just about the vehicle, it's not just about CFX, it's not just about the Billionaire Club, it's having access to persons like Ms. Collymore, right? And the truth is, every single thing that she said there, I look back at my life. And when I started, before CFX, I had a plan. So even before the vehicle came, my plan existed.
Nice.
Even before the multitude came, the masses came, we actually had objectives to do what we did. So Ms. Collymore, thanks a lot for taking the time to highlight those powerful nuggets. I'm certain those seeds planted is going to help a lot of persons, a couple of hundreds of thousands. Thanks a lot for taking the time. Pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me again, guys.
Bye.
And of course,
The pleasure was ours.
I'm sure
Definitely.
there's many more to come.
Of
All
course,
right,
we now start.
Take care.
Blessings. Sion, what you thought about that, right?
Well, I wish I could have gotten that information when I was a little younger.
Yeah. And this is why we need to do this. A lot of people look at what we're doing right now, and I'll be honest, I can tell you a bit about my experience. I mean, I just got to the age of 30. Thank God for that. The only reason I'm here at this age is because I decided for myself that I need to earn money beyond what the school system could teach me to do. So at the age of 19, at the age of 20, I started all those books Ms. Collymore mentioned. Yeah. I was digging into those books. So while my school syllabus existed, I was actually reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, reading Think and Grow Rich, reading books like Business of the 21st Century. And of course, my mom was looking at me and wondering, what this boy so engrossed in?
So, Keisha, what you're really saying is that you have been training for, because when I hear you speak, it's almost as though you embody what you're
the information.
So you're living
literally,
right
I had a choice to make early in my life, in my early 20s, and I decided to learn from the personal development gurus.
Nice.
I actually dropped out of law school, by the way, for those of the viewers that didn't know. Rather than reading constitutional law, rather than reading contract law, rather than reading all the law books, I was just compelled and drawn to financial literacy and success principles. And if we could help people, or youth, a matter of fact, access information, and let me tell you what was really startling to me. All the information that I read was older than my grandmother. You can imagine that have information out there older than our foreparents, and for some strange reason, we don't have access to. Wow! That's what this is about, you know. This is not just giving away Bitcoin. This is not just earning passive income like we do, and it's good to do that. But the only way we're really gonna have an impact in society is by bringing the right information that exists hundreds of years.
Nice. Powerful stuff.
I'm telling you.
Powerful stuff.
You can imagine we start bringing this information to people by the age of 15, 16, 17. You can imagine the way they will start to think. It's about transforming the way we think first.
The future is in the youth. Eh?
The future is in the youth.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, people, a lot of information here. No, we told you all we want to get 100,000.
100,000
shares.
100,000
What going on with that right now? I want to shut it down until we get 100,000.
You shut down the settle.
Well, yeah. Share this thing like wildfire for me, please.
Share it
we have
like,
a whole heap of contracts
we
to
have
give
a
away
couple of
in the back end of this. We put it there to make sure you stay on and listen and take your notes. I hope you
take some notes from Ms.
Collymore.
The law compensation.
Yeah, I know where that be going.
I went to school from the age of 5 and I dropped out probably at the age of 20.
Right.
Never in my schooling have I ever been introduced to any sort of a concept.
Yeah.
We're talking preschool, primary, secondary, a bit of tertiary, because I started to realize that it was nonsense. Not saying we encouraging dropouts here. I just need to put that out there, right? But we're saying that there's a lot more information. I remember my teacher telling me in secondary school, right? Very, very wise individual. She said, Keyshawn, school only prepares you to learn. You start learning when you leave the school system. And I started to conceptualize that statement. What? School prepares you to learn? So that would suggest that you only start learning after you leave school? I had to leave school before time.
and people just again identify who this gentleman is. You know, what you're hearing, what you're going to get from is experience knowledge. He came through the trenches and he's earning a lot of money now. He said, I had the $100,000 contract. He's also had the $100,000 contract before me. You know, just to make sure, you know, we understand who we're dealing with here. So this individual is no stranger to money. But not only that, his container is continually growing.
Yeah.
So he now can contain what he earns. He doesn't blow it away. He knows what to do with it. That's a big deal. That's a real, real big deal.
Principle, brother, principle. And I'm happy that we're able to have the growth to the level where we're now able to, you know, bring this information through these type of mediums. Because by the way, it actually takes money. Money to make stuff like this happen. I mean, I remember reading scriptures because I grew up in scriptures, right? And I'll tell you a scripture, Ecclesiastes 10 verse 13. A feast made for merry, right? Wine made for laughter. But M-O-N-E-Y answered all T-H-I-N-G-S. Blew my mind away when I read that scripture right in the Holy Book. A feast made for laughter. Wine, make you merry. But the thing called M-O-N-E-Y, does answer all things.
Yeah,
I'm using that to say without money, we would not have been able to stream to you. Without money, we would not have been able to extend digital relief.
Correct.
Just like shoes, just like clothing, just like electricity, every single thing under the sun has divine purpose. Money has a purpose.
Money is important.
What's the purpose? To answer all T-H-I-N-G-S. So if you're looking at yourself right now and you have some things to be answered and your money is unable to answer the T-H-I-N-G-S, what you're missing is in fact protocols. You're missing if you have $1, $1 TT, you have enough to turn that into $1 million. If you're not able to turn that $1 TT into $1 million, you're not missing money. You're not missing resources. You're missing protocol, procedures, and principles of wealth to turn that dollar into $1 million. Because that dollar was designed to be turned into $1 million if you follow procedure.
Nice. No, you know, he just brought, you know, I'll just give you a preamble of what's coming next. We have Mr.
We got the godfather of this movement. The godfather. And I'll tell you this. I want to pay public homage to Mr. Hoyte, because Mr. Hoyte, friends, for those of you all that don't know, has been actively in the space of network marketing, and the keyword there is actively, for over 20 plus years. This is somebody that paved the way for both Mr. Lazar and myself to be present. So I publicly thank Mr. Hoyte for his journey, paving the way for persons like us, because without him, there would be no us. So I want to start there. 20 plus years of active success in the space of network marketing. How much our level of success? I'll tell you this. When Mr. Hoyte was introduced to me, he was already in the Hall of Fame in many companies before I started in network marketing. You could imagine that? The individual that is going to speak has already been in Hall of Fame in the space of network marketing before I got started in network marketing. So obviously, this is somebody that I decided I want to be just like. I want to be just like Mr. Hoyte when I grew up. So this is where I started, and I started to learn from him. And he was a person that really shared practical experience knowledge to me. And I started to embody what I saw him doing. They say if you want to have success, you look for somebody that has success, and you just do what they do.
Duplicate. Easy
In
peasy.
school, we used to get lecture being copycat. You wouldn't believe in success is the opposite. If you copy the right cat, you would have the right results. Mr. Hoyte was responsible for creating massive momentums regionally. I'm talking momentums that superseded, impacting over 100,000 people in the Caribbean world. Literally, directly and indirectly responsible for shaping culture and success in the space of network marketing. Right? And of course, today he's here to speak a bit about Bitcoin. And I have had a lot of sessions with Mr. Hoyte mentoring me in understanding this thing called Bitcoin. And he was on the block since Bitcoin, as he liked to say, was in Pampers. So Mr. Hoyte have been around the digital space since the inception of the digital space. And you know, he liked to put it, I am around the block since Bitcoin was in Pampers. So without further ado, let us bring on the Grandmaster, let us bring on the Godfather, the person that is responsible for bringing Cash Forex Group to the Caribbean.
And before he speaks, I also want to pay homage to the Grandmaster himself.
Definitely.
I think the entire Cash Forex Group community would want to do the same thing. So I speak.
We're asking every single person who look in, please type up, thanks, Mr. Stanley Hoyte.
Because
without Mr. Hoyte, there would be no Cash FX.
Yeah, I mean, his research and his background is what would have made this possible. You know, a lot of what we involved in, the companies that a lot of them come and disappear within 6 months.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we are here for 2 years
There's
and
a
going
reason
next 20
for that.
to 30 years. So this gentleman here, I want to just pay homage.
Definitely.
You know, for his brilliance and his ability to identify value. So Mr. Hoyte, I thank you.
Yes, sir. One of the top researchers in the Caribbean space in the field of network marketing.
Yeah.
Mr. Hoyte.
Mr. Hoyte, sir.
Thanks a lot for gracing the stage. We do appreciate you being here. And I'm ready to take copious notes right now because I know it's golden nuggets going to be extended here to us today. Thanks a lot, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, man. There was a song that said, if a man could be in 2 places at one time, I will be with you. Well, if I had option to be in 2 places at the same time, I would choose to be here twice. On this platform. It's really a pleasure, and I'm not saying that, you know, that's what you're supposed to say when you open in your speech and talk about all these nice things, but everything that you hear coming from me in the form of sentiments being expressed is going to be really from my heart. I think today this is the most solemn, and I'm not saying that in a negative way or a bad way, but where we are in terms of the world situation and where we are positioned here in CashFX and what we have to put onto the platform in front of people, it is so incredibly important. You know, there are folks who talk about Bitcoin and it being risky and stuff like that. Folks, don't listen to these people at all. They're talking with their mouth full of spit. The fact is, not getting involved or acquiring Bitcoin today is the biggest financial risk that you would ever take in your life. Right now, today is the day that you want to make a decision, if you haven't done so already, to position yourself in this digital asset. And I want to go back to more than 10 years ago, and that is when I first found out about Bitcoin. And it really was, I actually understood the concept instantly. As I heard it, I said, yes, this is something that is going to happen. But there were a lot of gray areas. I didn't know what a digital wallet was. I don't know where you were supposed to store it or anything like that. It's just the concept. I sat on a few sessions online and I knew that it was coming. And I tried to position myself. And over the years, I've seen where Bitcoin had grown from below $100. you know, I knew about Bitcoin before it was $50. When it went up to $50, it was ridiculous. People were
Mr. Hoyte,
crying out.
wait. You just highlighted that you knew about Bitcoin before $50.
Before $50 US.
Before
it was $50 US dollars.
I go on.
Yeah, but no, listen, we're still in the $50. We are still pretty much in the $50 Bitcoin range. I'm saying.
Serious. Yeah.
Bitcoin has not gotten any more expensive than it was.
Right.
Bitcoin value have increased. It's just the value when people say, I should have bought Bitcoin when it was $50. No, it has gotten expensive. It hasn't gotten expensive. The value has increased. It's not expensive. It's not expensive.
Okay.
Bitcoin is infinitely divisible. So you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin.
Right.
Infinitely divisible. Bitcoin, all the Bitcoins could be divided, let me see, 2.1 quadrillion pieces.
You know, say a word with Q.
Satoshis. That's what you get from it. Satoshi. They're infinitely divisible. The Bitcoin platform, in terms of monetary impact, could still facilitate in excess of $100 trillion. We are nowhere close to that.
Yeah,
Bitcoin has not even started as yet. Bitcoin have not started as yet. Bitcoin is a toddler. What Bitcoin is going to do to this world, it has not started as yet. And I want people to understand that. So with CashFX, what we have is the best of both worlds. We have the capacity and the ability to earn from the Forex market. And when that earning is paid out, it is paid out in Bitcoin. Now, we live in that experience now, and I don't think that we even have the slightest idea of how fortunate we are to be in a space where we can earn from Forex trading without having to master the skill, and also receive those earnings in Bitcoin. That is amazing. So a lot of people want to know, what is Bitcoin really? What is it? What is this thing called Bitcoin? Well, I'm not going to go into the what it is in terms of the technical aspect of what. That could be done on another platform at another time. But what I want to explain to you so that you wrap your mind around it, so you will see that this is not just a fad. This is not something that is a passing. This is not a game, something to play with. This is the biggest transfer of wealth that will ever take place on planet Earth. And why am I saying that? Well, the last few companies that went into trillion-dollar companies, that became trillion-dollar companies, it took place in the digital space. And in keeping with our theme of digitization, you would hear me using the term interchangeably. So you might hear me mentioning digitization or dematerializing of a particular asset or product. For example, once upon a time, there was something called vinyl records and cassettes. So you had 8-track cassettes and you had the normal 60-minute cassette. And we had these things. So when a man was a DJ, like I had the privilege of actually going into Papa Rocky. Papa Rocky was one of the biggest DJ at the time. I went into one of his rooms, and the room was records from the ground to the top, to the ceiling. Plenty of records, truckloads of records this man had. Today, iTunes sucked all of that music and put it on a platform. So you have billions of dollars worth of music available to you. Easy. That is dematerializing of the music industry. The same thing could be said for movies. And also, what about education or learning? Instead of having an entire library where you take up all the space, they have ebooks. And then we have emails. All of these things have become digitized, and we embrace them with ease. Facebook has digitized socializing. So they suck a lot of social energy out of the community and concentrate it on a platform and monetize it. And now we have social media. All our learning is now on digital. Everything that you need to know could be found on YouTube, on Google. And all those companies that I just mentioned there, they are trillion-dollar companies. Bitcoin is positioned to do the same thing. And let me just tell you this. Take note, because I'm going to say something that might be a bit controversial now. The best thing that has ever happened to Bitcoin since it came on stream 13 years ago, the best thing that ever happened to Bitcoin was the IRS deemed Bitcoin property. Bitcoin was deemed property, not money. And that is very, very important. It is very significant that we understand that. So we use the term cryptocurrency loosely because you could use it as currency. But its definition, its stated definition by the IRS, is property. And why am I saying that that is the best thing that has happened to Bitcoin since it started? Is because simply one of the things that we were always concerned about, it is whether the authorities, the gatekeepers of the past, whether they are going to fight it or embrace it. And if it disrupts them and takes them out of their comfort zone, then they're going to get a major, major pushback. But when the IRS classified Bitcoin as property, they were able to relax. So it's not money. But this is where I started to rejoice. And the reason for that is simply this. As property, the right to property is a fundamental human right. The right to property is a fundamental human right. No government and no part of the world could legitimately prevent you from owning and transacting in Bitcoin because it is a fundamental human right to own property. You are safe. It is 100% unlikely that the IRS would go back on that. But not only that, the top 20 major industrial countries classified this, their central bank has classified Bitcoin as digital asset. It is a store of value. This conversation here that we are having here is a conversation that could take 3 hours. There's quite a lot of background information, and the reason why I'm saying this is so that our people on this community needs to understand the enormity of what they have. And when you see the price of Bitcoin takes a nosedive, do not panic. It is programmed to happen. It is bound to happen. I do not lose any sleep. If you know where Bitcoin is going, what it is actually designed to do in terms of digitizing all assets. So the same way that music was digitized and education was digitized and we digitized socializing, Bitcoin is designed to digitize all financial assets. So the storing of value, the reason why gold has been used as a store of value, it was to protect against a weak and feeble monetary system, because they expect that system to crash. It have to crash. It must crash. It will crash. Not me, Stanley Hoyte, saying that. They, the gatekeepers of that system, they all say. All the economists around the world will tell you the same thing. All financial experts around the world will tell you the same thing. It's just when. So gold is always sitting by there waiting for that time to happen, for that event. So you store your asset in gold. But if you know how much pitfalls, if you know how hazardous that is, you would understand the enormity of what Bitcoin presents for future protection of value. It is not going to be found in paper money. The only thing, in this part of the world, on earth, they said, what goes up must come down. And that is true, the law of gravity. But in the world of Bitcoin, the opposite is true. And I want you to understand this so that you would not get jitters and no anxiety attack when you see Bitcoin start to slide. It's normal. You just turn your back and go and sleep. Because what goes down in the world of Bitcoin must go up. It is only temporary. We know that. The folks in Bitcoin, so the owners in CashFX and all the executive people, they understand that. And you will not see them panicking for a second, because they understand. We've been monitoring this thing for more than 10 years. And we understand the patterns. We understand where it is going. So if you are now getting used to Bitcoin, you're now coming into this space, understand that you are positioned to become multi-millionaires, and in some cases, for some of us, billionaires, because of what Bitcoin is going to do. Separate and apart from the enormous opportunity that CashFX is, separate and apart from that, the Bitcoin that you potentially can hold could and would potentially make multimillionaires and billionaires out of a lot of CashFX members, if we only know how to manage that asset when it reaches into our hand. Do not be quick to liquidate your Bitcoin. So one of the things that a person would ask, so how can I get money for this? How can I convert it into money? Well, why would you want to convert an asset that is programmed, that is destined to go infinitely higher? 100 years from now, Bitcoin is going to be here, increasing in value, because you are digitizing. Gold is going to be digitizing into Bitcoin. Houses, land, anything that has a monetary value, that financial energy could and would be stored in Bitcoin. The same way that all the music that has ever been produced, or most of them, has been, that energy, that music has been extracted and stored in the clouds. That is where the value of all of assets that you hold on the ground here could be stored in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the digitizing of all valuable assets. That is something that I could explain in more details for you, but it's going to take much more time. But believe and understand for now where we are and what is about to happen. It may not happen next year, next 5 years. Listen, whatever Bitcoin that you hold in now, if you think Bitcoin has gone somewhere, you haven't seen anything yet. 5 years from now, you'd look back at the Bitcoin that you would have liquidated and grieve.
Wow.
And grieve, you'd weep and wail and gnash your teeth because of the value that you would have lost. Gentlemen.
Wow. Sion, talk to us. What do you think?
Well, I mean, he's the godfather for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Listen to me, folks. I have an article that I had copied from a little article, part of an article that had been copied from a paper related to something in Venezuela. It says the Venezuelan minimum wage reaches $3 as more Venezuelans take refuge in cryptocurrency. That was the heading on the article. And the photograph in this newspaper was people living in tents. They were in tents on the side of the road. They had no home. They lost everything. There's no value in any type of money. Their currency collapsed completely. So they took refuge in cryptocurrency. That was the article. The folks whose currency has collapsed, the whole economic system has collapsed, they understand the value of having an asset as Bitcoin.
Correct.
They understand. Gold as a hedge was designed to do the same thing that they use in cryptocurrency for, except that gold as a functional currency or medium of exchange, they have a lot of flaws.
Yeah,
right.
Correct.
Bitcoin has come and solved that as the wheels that were placed on suitcases.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand? So you take something that is existing there and you tweak it into perfection. And everything that was let's say, faulty, for want of a better term, about gold being used freely, more convenient. So we spend money on convenience. Starbucks did not invent coffee.
Correct.
But they tweaked what existed for centuries and became a multi-billion-dollar company. Gold has always been here, but there are shortcomings with gold. There's a digital asset that would do exactly what gold was designed to do in the first place, and do it with infinitely more ease than gold.
Correct.
And that is what the Venezuelans are living. Those who actually have access to cryptocurrency, they'll be able to execute transaction without losing value. Exactly. Because their money doesn't exist. If that is the case, and the monetary system is designed to fail, it's going to fail, it's just going to implode. Everybody knows that. Why wait to reach like Venezuela or Argentina or
Zimbabwe.
one of the other, Zimbabwe,
yeah,
and plenty other countries? Their currency worth absolutely nothing. Greece went through a major meltdown just recently. And when that happens, when the Jews were leaving Germany, the Jews were leaving. The Jews were selling out their land, for their properties for 50% of the value. They couldn't take it and go with it. 50% of the value. And then it went down to 40. And then it went down to 30. And then it went down 10, 5. And eventually, they had nobody to sell to. They had to find money and pay somebody to get out of Germany. If you have your assets stored digitally, you have no such problem. You can move wherever and whenever you want. Just imagine 8 billion people around the globe rise out of poverty. If I want to share music with 8 billion people around the world, you know what I do? Digitize music.
Correct.
If I want to share information with 8 billion people around the world, digitize that information into an ebook or a video on YouTube. 8 billion people have access to it. And if I want to digitize wealth and spread that wealth across the globe, digitize it. And the absolute finest engineered platform, the only engineered monetary platform that has ever existed from the dawn of civilization to now. Is what we have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Powerful.
For persons who probably looked at this, session and you had socks, I know you don't have socks again. It was blown off your feet. You had socks on. Mr. Hoyte, that information, I hope, gets to as many persons as possible. Friends, help us get that information to all your friends, all your family members, because they are in need of that information. They are in need to appreciate and understand, what Bitcoin can actually do for them. As Mr. Hoyte rightfully said, every single industry has, create that model or that mold of going digital. And, the current asset monetary system is doing so as well. And you don't want to reach in a state like, those countries you mentioned, like Venezuela, and then try to get on the train. You want to get on the train before calamity. And this is why we are reaching out to as many persons as possible. I want to also say something that is very, important for every viewer to appreciate. The information that you receive right here came from the mind of someone who has that level of experience and intellect locally. I always highlight the level of intelligence our leaders have right here. Because for some strange reason, as a culture, as a community, as, as a society, we tend to receive information much better when a foreigner extends the same information.
Correct.
As a local.
Correct.
So I'm urging everybody to identify the group of individuals you're hearing from right now. We were grown local.
Right here.
The level of leadership that is going to come from this community is going to touch the entire world. We're going to come out of the Caribbean and impact the world.
Right.
And it's not going to be a state where, the external world comes to impact us, which I've seen with many other platforms. I've seen with many other movements. Our leadership comes from inside. We have homegrown leadership.
Agreed.
Yeah?
Agreed.
That's so powerful to identify.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Mr. Hoyte, thanks a lot for taking the time and sharing those golden nuggets with us. We do appreciate that 1,000%. That is going to impact so many persons. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, well, let me just say this. Let me take this opportunity to thank the entire Cash Effects network. The team has been doing some extraordinary stuff. And I want to say now, this morning, we have more executives today than we have had at any other time during the Cash Effects being present in Trinidad here. So we had some serious rank advancements. So thanks to all the hard work that went into folks actually moving forward and not just reaching ranks, but holding ranks, maintaining rank, and whoever move on to the manager. But I know that we have a bunch of executives, new executives in Trinidad. So salute to all you guys. And of course, this management team here, they are team leaders. Nothing happens without leadership. Keyshawn Bain, and Sion, man, you guys are doing an incredible job. So I'm kind of like in retirement. Yeah, I just want you guys to know that. Because when these guys, some retirement. Because when I met these guys, their leadership ability was so enormous that, I decided, I can bow out now and take a back seat. So you guys, hats off to you. You keep doing what you guys are doing. All the team members out there, show these guys some love and some respect. Over and out. Thank you very much for having me. It's been a privilege.
Yes, sir.
Respect.
1,000 salute. Blessings. Wow. Mr. Lazar, you have on socks.
My socks next
Your socks
break.
come out. And this man have one Bitcoin socks. If only the camera show them.
Cameraman, yeah, zoom in the socks there. Bitcoin everything, yeah.
This man socks blow out off his feet there. I don't wear socks. Bad man don't wear socks.
Yeah, people. So, hey, views. What's going on with the views right now?
Talk to us. We pumping.
What's going on with the views right now? Remember I told you all, if we don't get the views up, we're not giving that additional digital relief.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want it, you know what you have to do. Nothing going on right now. What's happening right now, digitization 2021 is what's happening right now.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Correct.
people, share the link.
Share the link.
Share the link. What we have up next, Mr. V?
We have our next powerful titan in the house. Right? I know he's getting ready to jump on. And I mean, if you thought that was powerful, wait for what you're going to hear, because this person is actually going to bring the context of, experience, finance, knowledge to really, create that melting pot between the digital world that is in existence and the past monetary system that's coming out of existence. Right? He's going to create that synergy and that melting pot between the two worlds, the current world and the past world. Jurassic Park, the lost world.
No, but you're speaking about that gentleman. What makes his financial experience so powerful is he has been involved in many other things as well. At top levels.
At the highest level, literally, the highest level. Powerful businessman and entrepreneur. You have any shout outs to make by the time? Shout out to our team leaders.
Hey, we call some names outside there. Who we have outside there? Saleh Mohammed. Who we have again? Call some names, man. We have Anderson
Matura, Matthew Matura, Lindell Brooks. We want to shout out Stefan Lazar.
Steven Lazar. Who we have again there? We have Denzel Warner.
Mr. Denzel Warner.
Kwasi Sorello.
Mr. Sorello. Rasta I.
Salman Ajay.
Salma, definitely. We want to shout out Rhea Belgrave.
Vanessa Wright.
Tyler. Yeah, who again?
We have again there. Oh God. Only help me there.
Help me.
Vanessa Wright.
Vanessa Wright. I like to say Vanessa Wright. You cannot be wrong because your last name is right.
We call some names there. My head ain't good now.
We have Mr. Dominic Merritt. We have Paula Bastille. We have Mr. Brian.
Hey, Nicholas Bagwani, the man who mashed the place last time with the most amount of people he got on.
He did some really, really awesome work out there.
And we want to really large up the people in the background.
Big up
for us.
Definitely.
We have Mr. Marcus. We have Kes James.
Definitely. Kes doing a real awesome job.
Giselle Armstrong.
Mr. Armstrong.
Ansel Payne.
Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne. Mr. Ansel Payne.
And we have our very own
on Facebook. Partner. He will
our
communicate
very own
with anybody
accountant
else
on board, Mistress Assam as well. Does a very good job of managing the accounts for the Billionaire Club.
Correct.
Right. So I mean, a lot of names you could call here. We have a whole big team behind us supporting us.
10,000 strong plus. 10,000 strong plus.
Yeah, people. So, Mr. Vin,
yes, sir.
You are the person to introduce this gentleman.
Yes, I think that they're ready right now. So, friends, buckle up your seatbelt, because if you thought the last speaker was hot, well, all right. If your socks blown out, if you had on shoes, it gone to the next speaker. This person, in terms of experience, has over 30 years of operating in the finance sector. But not just operating in the finance sector, we're talking about operating at the highest level in the finance sector. We're talking about a senior consultant with a regional bank, right? We can't call any names. Not just that, but also a senior lecturer at the Academy of Insurance. This is the person that, is responsible for taking a look at, if not all, most of the financial products that came through the region. We're talking about engineering, looking at the products, re-engineering, and ensuring that these products are solid. Wow. Now, here's the thing. The reason we brought him on is because, a lot of people think that we here randomly. And when I say we, I'm talking about the community. We're talking about Cash FX. We're not here randomly, friends. Yeah. We understand the significance of taking counsel from experienced knowledge. We take counsel from experienced knowledge. Mr. Warner has that a level of experience in finance to that level. So this is what we do when we got started. Myself and Mr. Hoyte, we went to Mr. Warner. We said, Mr. Warner, we know the levels you operated at in finance, right? As also an entrepreneur, literally becoming a multi-millionaire before he was 30 as well.
Serious?
Literally. I'm not sure if, he sound like me too. But that is why we connected, right? Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. But he was also very instrumental in helping persons create multi-million-dollar businesses right here in the soil with his financial expertise.
Nice.
Before we press play, like really press play, we went to Mr. Warner. We said, Mr. Warner, we want you to take a look at this product and give us an unbiased review. Because his job, his role, his function in finances before we got on the scene was looking at products, dissecting those products, engineering products, re-engineering products, and then putting a stamp of approval and saying, yeah, this thing ready to go at the highest level. So we sorted after his expertise. We said, Mr. Warner, we have something to take you to take a look at. And he looked at the model, and he then decided to give us an unbiased opinion, theoretically, and then he decided to dabble in the platform, and he then gave us a practical account for his conclusion, theoretically. So without further ado, we have none other than the titan in this company, in the finance space, Mr. Eustace Warner. Mr. Warner, you're looking sharp. I feel I need to get a jacket.
I think I want to say something before Mr. Warner.
So, yeah, say something before you
because
start.
I mean, I don't have the background that Keyshawn has with Mr. Warner, but when I met the gentleman, I was like, oh my God, you know, he has a nickname that, you know, a lot of people in Trinidad would know him by. I'm not going to call it here, you know. This is a formal setting here. But people, you're going to hear from an individual that has a whole heap of knowledge. He's a very intelligent individual.
A finance encyclopedia.
He's like, right, he's Google. He's Mr. Google.
Yeah.
Mr.
Google
Google.
and region.
Right? So,
Google and region.
Take all your pens out and paper if you didn't do it as yet, because we're going to ask questions based on what you're hearing from these gentlemen. This is experience, knowledge here. So pay close attention. So Mr. Warner, we get out the way of excellence. We do your thing.
We out it.
Thank you kindly, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Talk to us.
Thank you, Sion. Thank you, Keyshawn. Good afternoon to everyone on the call. That introduction might be a bit misleading because people might think that I have all this knowledge. The knowledge I have is a little bit, you know, just a little bit of knowledge. In 2019, it would have been around August into September, Mr. Vane and Mr. Hoyte came to me, and what was said is, we have something here that we want you to look at. Now, Cash FX, when it was first presented, and it is still that, was presented as a trading information tool. It was a device or a product that will teach persons how to trade. So actually, it was presented as a trading academy, sort of. Now, when Mr. Hoyte and Mr. Vane brought it to me, said, take a look at this. And the reason that they did that is because they knew I was involved full-time as a trader in the markets. So I said, okay, I will take a look at it. Now, at that time, there was another product on the market where it was being promoted as teaching you to trade. However, though there was some sharing of knowledge as to how to trade, it primarily was a platform where you can earn money from trading by following other people guiding you. So, which is not bad, eh? Which I must say is not bad. But it wasn't exactly what was being promoted. So when they came to me, I said, listen, I will take a look at this product in that light. Now, this is from the outside. So I had to look at the information presented to me about Cash FX. When I looked at it, I saw that the information on trading was valuable to people who would have been already trading because it was poorly written. And I understand now why it would have been poorly written, because the people who were writing English is not their first language. So how they would explain some things could easily have been misunderstood. So I said, this aspect of the product, I'm not particularly impressed with. Not for people who are now learning to trade. The explanations are not good enough.
However, the other parts of this product appear to be fantastic. Why did I say that? Because I examined, if you're looking at a financial product, there are some things that you would have to look at. One is the structure. How is this money going to be earned? How is the money going to be generated? What systems are they employing in that regard? How expensive is this product going to be? You know, and I looked at those things, and some of it you could not tell from outside of the product. So I said to Mr. Warner and Mr. Hoyte that this product appears to be fantastic, but I can't say for sure until I am inside the product. So I got into the product, and that's when I had my mind completely blown. For one, outside of the product, you couldn't tell anything about the transparency of the product because you're outside. When I got inside, I saw a level of transparency that I had never encountered before with any other product. Now, part of my responsibility with some of the companies that I had worked with was training. One major part was training people how to market products. Now, involved in that is not only teaching them about the products that they're going to market, it's also about sharing with them differences with their product and their competitors, the competing products from other companies. So I had to not only know about the products that I would have been training people with, but I also had to know about the competitors' products. That would mean that you had to go into some serious dismantling of the products. Yeah, you actually have to take the products apart and see their strengths, see their weaknesses, and put the products back together. And then you go to those persons that you are training and say, listen, your product can do this, this, that, and that, and your competitor's product can do this, this, that, and that. You have an edge here, they might have an edge there, and you show them how to market the product. When I reached into CashFX and I examined this particular product, what I found is that I had never seen anything designed like it before. Now, there are some things about this product, and listen, I am not a network marketer. I say that all the time. I am not a network marketer. They have career network marketers. Mr. Hoyte is one. Mr. Warner is one. I am not one. However, I know the value of network marketing because it is superior to the normal form of marketing where you have a lot of wastage and somebody has to pay for the wastage, and quite often it is the consumer who pays for that wastage. So when something is promoted and it reaches to you, but you don't utilize the product, somebody is paying for that. That is wastage. There's no wastage in network marketing. So when I say I'm not a network marketer, it's not because I have something against network marketing. Quite the contrary. I recognize it as a superior form of bringing product to market. But when I examine CashFX, I didn't examine it as a network marketer. I examined it as a financial person, a person involved in the financial field who would have designed financial products and who would have assisted in the design of financial products and who would have reviewed nearly all financial products available in the region. They would have come across my desk and one way or the other. It would either have been one that I had to train people with, or they would have been in the competitor's arsenal. So I also had to know about those products. This product, CashFX, is unique. For one, 100% of the money used to purchase this product goes within the product. It goes into the product. Not 1 cent of the purchase price of this product goes to the quote-unquote manufacturer of the product. So CashFX Group gets nothing from the product. Now, this product also has no expiry date. What do I mean by that? I'm well known in insurance circles, and what I can say for sure is that in insurance, which the financial product associated with insurance is the life insurance in particular, is the longest financial product we have on the market. Theoretically, it's 100 years that it can last, from age 0 to age 100. And then at 100 it ends. There is no expiry date on this product. So the product is designed in such a way that it is capable of running forever. Just like a company is legally, it's capable of running forever. Would it run forever? I don't know. The earth was probably designed to run forever, and we can't say that it would now, can we? But the design of the product, it's so well designed that there's no expiry date. You can have this product running for generations. That's in the design. So this is not something that CashFX Group will have to bestow on you if you behave good or if you pay. No, it's built into the product. Now, these things stand out for me. Next thing that was important to this, in finance, we have tiers, we have levels. So if you come in to finance with a small amount of money, what you can expect to get in return for that would be smaller earnings. And you come in with a bigger amount, the rate of earnings would be bigger. Not so in this product. It's a level across the board. The same rate earned by the big person, big money coming in, is the same rate earned by the small person. So that's a significant departure with this product from all other financial products. All. Whether you're talking about CDs, whether you're talking about normal deposits, you're talking about unit trusts, you're talking about mutual funds. It's going across the board. It differs. Now, what else about this product? You would find that a lot of products, for you to get premium returns, you have to put out premium money. Not so with this product. This product, you can put out a small amount and still get premium returns. Now, CashFX Group has in fact utilized one of the, well, it's no longer a mystery, but one of the marvels of finance. It's really of mathematics, which is compounding, the compounding effect. And they have ingeniously applied that within the product. So built into the product, when you utilize the upgrade part of the product, they are in fact utilizing the compounding effect. So you have income now, you take it, you put it on what was previously capital, and then you will see that you are now earning at a higher level. Same rate, but now on a bigger sum. So when I looked at those things, I came back to the gentleman and I said, look, there's no comparison with this product in this market or any market. Because, of course, I'll be familiar with products from around the world. I mean, we do have a global marketplace.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know we are running out of time. So what I would want to do is start winding down. And Mr. Vane.
Yes, sir.
And Mr.
Awesome.
Lazar.
We're listening. You go right ahead.
Yeah, so when people are faced with a choice, with a product like this, you have no comparison. And remember, I do not represent Cash FX, but this product is the only product I have ever endorsed. I have been asked before by representatives of other organizations to endorse the products, and I refuse to. I will train people about the products, I will teach them about the strengths and weaknesses, but I won't endorse the product. I was never asked by anyone, not Mr. Vane, not Mr. Hoyte, not Mr. Lopez, anyone to endorse this product. I do so freely. This is the best financial product I have ever come across. And I stand by it. You know, and I do so proudly. And it's not because I like Cash FX. It's because of the strength of the design. It's because of the product itself. It has nothing to do with the company or anything. This is a brilliantly designed product. Gentlemen.
Yes, sir. We do appreciate, that experience, knowledge. I know a lot of persons that's looking right now, that's, taking notes, could appreciate the wealth of experience coming from the words that you're saying. And I mean, it's a pleasure to have, onlookers experience what we experienced when we sat the first time. And, you was able to identify those highlights with us personally. And, that gave us even much more confidence to really go into the market and, do what we did to be where we are today. So, sir, thanks a lot for coming again live and sharing those golden nuggets, not just with us, but thousands of onlookers and hundreds of thousands of onlookers, because this video will get to hundreds of thousands of viewers. So, sir, hats off. Thanks a lot for taking the time for sharing. And,
Respect.
Blessings every time. Blessings after blessings. Mr. Lazar, anything?
Respect.
Yes, well, you all heard from, another grandmaster.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't take the information you just got there for granted. And there's plenty more. As he said, he makes himself available.
Correct.
Because the idea, people, is to give back. They always ask you at the end of your journey, who have you helped?
Who have you helped?
Who have you helped? And right now, Mr. Warner is helping thousands of people, not only locally, regionally, and internationally. So, Mr. Warner, thank you very much for taking the time out to be with us here this evening.
Yes, sir.
Thank you kindly.
Blessings.
Most welcome.
Have a good one.
Mr. Vane, what we have up next, right? Hold on. What's going on with that sharing?
Sharing?
What's going on with the sharing right now?
What's going on with the sharing out there? All we have money to give away. I hope all was taking notes from the speakers, because we're going to give away some prizes, some Bitcoin.
People, remember, this whole venture is powered by the Billionaire Club.
By the Billionaire Club.
The idea of this is to digitize the entire region.
Correct.
Every household in the region is going to have
Bitcoin and a Cash FX contract.
All right. Who we have up next, Mr.
So
Vane?
we have a guest speaker here. Yesterday, after getting feedback from the viewers, they made mention that we need to have someone that could represent the Caribbean, not just Trinidad and Tobago. And I concur. I agree. So because of that, I brought someone in our team that I see as one of the prime ministers of the region. Like, literally, this guy has the charisma, the characteristics, where if we had, well, let's say we had to nominate someone for the Commonwealth. Yeah, this man who come in and talk here, he could be the prime minister of the region. right? Somebody I have tremendous respect for, somebody who is coming out of the beautiful islands of Barbados, and he's currently building a really awesome team. This person has almost sign-ups in every Caribbean country. So who better than the speaker, right, to come on and speak? I think we're waiting on him to come on there, right? What we'll do by the time is we'll actually do a wheel spin. We'll do a giveaway before Mr. Merit is present, right? So the wheels and the boss go?
Wrong and wrong.
Wrong and wrong. DJ, pull up the wheel. Always not
What
DJ.
size contract are you giving away here?
You tell me.
I think this is going to be, I don't know. What do you think? 1,000 or 2,000?
1,000 or 2,000. Let me hear any comments.
Comments.
Let me just share before we decide.
What I want.
You think we should give away a $1,000 contract or $2,000 US contract worth of Bitcoin?
Let's see the comments.
Pull up the comments. Pull up the comments. Let me see. We look in.
I ain't seen anything.
Now, if you all want us to actually extend a $2,000 US size contract, we want all to share again on your timeline. Share it 3 times.
Yeah.
And we have somebody checking it in the background, so we know what the audience is doing. Once we're able to get that done, we might give away $2,000 US worth of Bitcoin with the next wheel spin. Yeah. We need Bitcoin. Somebody say we need Bitcoin at the moment in Trinidad.
I ain't seen what size contract we want to get for this spin.
I think we have a little delay, so we probably they might have to refresh the feed for us.
All right, that's it.
Right. No, come up. They want a $2,000 giveaway.
So what 1,000?
Yeah, one say you want 1,000. What's that man name?
Is that woman?
That's a young lady.
All right.
Right. We're going to spin the wheel. 2,000. I see Mr. McKay, top leader there. Mr. Michael McKay. Shout out to you, brother. We pumping. Go again, we see in there.
Celia Rogers, 2,000.
2,000.
All right.
Get ready.
Well, all right. So let's spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Bring the wheel. The wheels and the bus go round and round.
Call her name there.
Call her name. I like Bob Marley way.
All right.
Now, by the way, we just want to notify every single person who's looking at this wheel. This wheel was specially selected to put a group of persons, right, external to Trinidad and Tobago. So the winner that just came up there, Mr. Jason Singh, he is not a national of Trinidad and Tobago. And this was actually, requested from our Caribbean community. So what we did, by the way, is we threw in an extra $2,000 US in the prize giveaways. So rather than giving away $10,000 US worth of Bitcoin, we decided to give away $12,000 US worth of Bitcoin. And that could increase, by the way, that could actually increase, right, if we get the shares up to 100,000. So we have someone by the name of Mr. Jason Singh. How you feeling, brother? Tell me what country you're from. Are you hearing us, brother? Not certain if you're hearing. You hearing anything?
No, not hear any gentleman.
We're not hearing them. Could somebody tell me what country the brother is from?
You hear me?
You're hearing you loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, I'm from Guyana.
Hey, Guyana in the house. So my brother, you just won $2,000 US worth of Bitcoin. Tell me this, who invited you to the session today?
I think the person who invited me is I can't really pronounce the name, but the name is in the chat.
Is it the chat? All right, brother. All right. Thanks a lot for taking the time to listen in. And as you can see right now, lives are being impacted all over the Caribbean space. As we're able to fly out of Trinidad, we're going to be in every single Caribbean island. We're literally going to come to every single, landmark in the region. So every single person who's looking, we come into our country very soon. Right, from Barbados to Guyana to Jamaica to St. Lucia to Antigua. Yeah. Name some countries, talk to us. Martinique, Guadeloupe, we come in every we're going to touch the region. Yeah.
So
brother, thanks a lot for participating, and congratulations to you and your family. You just won $2,000 US worth of Bitcoin. And again, just to reiterate for the viewers, that wheel that was just going round and round was an accumulation of only persons external to Trinidad and Tobago, you know, requested to us by the next speaker, right? The Prime Minister of the region. Do we have the Prime Minister in the region ready to go as yet by chance?
All right, so, I mean, people, you got a whole heap of information from the speakers that just spoke. And I think you might now get an idea of what is going on. A lot of people are, you know, saying, what is this cash forex thing? It sounds too good to be true. Mr. Vin.
What I've realized is that, you know, when people say something seems too good to be true, what they do is they measure reality to their belief system. But I'll tell you something that I learned along the way in personal development, right? The most commonly road taken to mediocrity is reality. I heard that from Will Smith, and I quote him, right? He's somebody that studied success. He said the most commonly road taken to mediocrity is the road of reality. You see, when something seems too good to be true, normally we compare the reality to your belief system. And if this is something too good to be true, we're not asking you to doubt the product. We're asking you to take a look at yourself, your belief system. I'll tell you what's too good to be true. There was once a point in time when electricity was too good to be true. Because the creator of the light bulb, his vision was to actually embody the element of the sun in a bottle. That's too good to be true. That is beyond the reality of the common time. You know, if you take a look around at society, you would realize that there's a lot of stuff out there that was once too good to be true. Cell phones. Could you imagine a person coming together that created cell phones or the connectivity of devices? Mr. Graham Bell. He envisioned a world where persons can communicate from a different geographic location via wire. That has evolved beyond cell phones now to Wi-Fi, to radio waves. That is also, you know, too good to be true when that idea was being brought into fruition. So, you know, when you start looking around and you probably start doubting the possibility of all these speakers that you heard today, or probably you still doubt all the testimonials that you had yesterday, I urge you, don't take a look at what is being offered, take a look at your belief system. And remember, the most commonly road taken to mediocrity is reality.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And people, I want you to pay close attention to the people that are involved in this. Now, the CEO of Forex Group is not here right now.
Mr. Oscar Lopez.
Yeah, Mr. Oscar Lopez. Now, what you're hearing, the sentiments being echoed here, it's the same type of warmth, the same type of truth you hear from that gentleman.
Definitely.
You know, so we are just an extension of that gentleman.
Correct is right.
You know, but this is about digital relief.
Digital relief.
So, you know what we're going to do?
Give me more Bitcoin.
Well,
we're
all right.
Give away some more Bitcoin. We have a wheel to spin. The wheels and the bus go round and round. And we're going to go back to the normal wheel. Of course, we had most participants out of Trinidad and Tobago. So this is why, you know, we have all those persons being selected. So the next wheel, the normal wheel is going to be spinned. Wheels and the bus go round and round. Oh, look at that wheel.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Call on him.
You call on him now.
Anthony B.
Anthony B.
Yeah. Telia Singh.
Telia Singh. Okay, so we have a prize winner. Remind me, this is a 2,000 USD size contract.
Ooh, look what you do. If it wasn't a 2, I can't see nothing else.
So we have.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that 2?
That was a 2,000 US
well, all right,
worth of contract. So could we just, hey, congratulations, you just won 2,000 US dollars worth of Bitcoin, ma'am. How are you today?
Thank you. I am good, Talia Singh. I am good. I am excited.
Awesome. Tell us this. Who brought you onto the platform today?
It would have been Nigel Bowen.
Nigel Bowen, all right, cool. That's Mr. Cirillo team. Awesome.
Yes.
We have a question for you now. What question?
Oh, yeah, we
have a question
questions.
for you. Yes, let me ask you a question. We're going to get a hard question.
You get a hard question, because we just can't give it that Bitcoin just so. What are you for, good. Who is the Minister of Finance for Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah. There we are.
It was Keyshawn Vane.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah,
what
she
you
can
say?
get that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can get that money. Yeah. I remember the slogan from yesterday, you know.
If you're wrong, you're right.
If you're wrong, you're right. If you're right, you're right. But she was right today. She was right today. So, ma'am, thanks a lot for taking part. You just won $2,000 worth of Bitcoin. See you at the top.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, people, this is day 2 of Digitization 2020. Let's bring this thing into context.
Bring it into context.
Now,
Talk to us.
we spoke about Keyshawn Vane. Let's talk about Sion Lazar.
Let's talk about Sion Lazar. Let's hear a bit about Mr. Sion Lazar.
Who is this gentleman? You know, here today, gone tomorrow. Born here, but I didn't grow here. Right, people? What I am, you know, as we mentioned yesterday, I was involved in, you know, in the natural gas industry for 16 odd years.
16.
I was always involved in business, you know, from health and fitness, you know, rentals with real estate. And I always wanted to not be working for people, you know, by the age of 40. That was my plan. And, you know, this law of correspondence, exactly what you want. You know, once you identify that in your brain, you put it in your frontal cortex and you know, work towards that. You operate in purpose. All these things will, you know, play themselves out, the law of correspondence.
Correct.
And people, you know, doing the health and fitness, one of my clients told me about this seminar with, you know, health products. I said, hey, that sounds good. I want to add that to my arsenal.
Right.
So I went to this seminar. I heard this gentleman here, you know, and Mr. Hoyte, you know, on the podium speaking. I listened to them well, and then I said I'll go for a follow-up to hear more about this product. So I went to the meeting, but I reached late.
You reached late?
I reached late. Now this gentleman here want to come and tell the story too, but I'm going to tell the story here. I'll tell him a story here. So, you know, I sat down there and he was involved in another meeting, and I listened to him very well. And he was speaking about this cash Forex group thing. And I listened and I heard 0 to 3% return. A broker with over 25 years experience coupled with AI technology. Now, people, I'm going to tell you how much money I'd lost playing trader before.
You played trader before?
Yeah, I played trader before.
Serious?
I went and I do my education, I learn about this thing, you know, not join anything and pay monthly subscription. I went and I pay my money and I learn how to do this thing.
You pay your money.
Right, mentorship.
Mentorship.
Right. And people, I lost odd, you know, a little more than 37,000 at that point in time.
37,000 what? Pesos?
US.
US dollars?
Yeah.
All right. But you make like that money? Yeah. All right.
Well, all right. Yes, China teams want to tell the story. So anyway, when I heard the gentleman speaking, now, people, when that took place, I told myself I'm not doing that crap again. Nothing is wrong with the Forex market. Nothing is wrong with trading. I had the problem, right? So the problem was me.
Yeah.
So I knew I needed to stay away from that. That's not for me. There's no way in the world I can do my job, which is very demanding, do my businesses and still be a trader. Yeah. I need to choose. And I couldn't choose. My job, you know, it paid me well. And I was losing with trading. And I had my businesses to run. So nice. Listening to Mr. Vane speak to these people and say 0 to 3% return daily. Over 25 years experience. Coupled with AI technology, there's no way in the world I could have heard that and not asked that question. So I interjected. I said, Mr. Vane. He said, sir, you didn't come for that. You came to hear about health products.
So I had our next meeting.
Well, all right. So he backed me up, but I asked the questions afterwards. And when I heard what this was, I was like, hey, finally. Now, people, the thing is this. This is a multi-level marketing professional. I give the man a strike. The man bad. The man bad, right? I told the gentleman, even before he heard about cash Forex Group, I don't want to hear nothing more than 2 to get 2.
Yeah.
Tell them that.
I remember Mr. Lazar telling me on the phone, he said, Mr. Vane, listen, I'm going to give you an open air, you know. But you see, if this is anything involving 2 gain 2, 2 gain 2, and 2 gain 2,
I'm not on a sign-up thing.
You're not on that.
I'm not on a sign-up thing, right? So the passive part of this thing is what attracted me. I said, hey, I'm going to get involved in this because I don't have to trade. I suck at it.
Correct.
Nice. So I got myself involved in it, people. And when I, of course, have friends and family, I shared with them, not expecting anything in return. When I got the return, I was like, what is this? I don't want the Minister of National Security come looking for me because they know they say after freeness is, but here what's going on. So I called Mr. Vane one time. I said, Mr. Vane, explain to me how I got this. And he explained to me, Sion, this is the way it works. This is your compensation plan. This is your reward, your compensation for sharing this awesome opportunity. So from that day forward, people, I realized I could chart a course for my life now.
Correct.
I don't have to take a lifetime to become financially free, because with conventional business, there is a time frame in which you need to grind. You need to grind with conventional business. You don't just start out and become wealthy just like that. People, in less than 9 months, I was able to get to the largest size contract in this.
In cash forex.
So you heard them speak about multi-level marketing. That's what I got myself involved in, and I resigned my job, and I'm doing this now full time.
Wow.
So people, I'm just an example of what is possible.
Definitely.
Yes, you hear any passion in my voice? Yeah. Yes, because it's real.
And his passion.
Everybody
has passion too.
I used
Don't
to
forget
be.
that.
I used to be.
Passion,
Right, but people, I just want you to identify with me that this is real. This is not one of those things where they're trying to sell you something and a nice Superman on talking and certain nonsense. This is real. Right?
This is
So,
real.
I mean, people, finally we have something that is here to add value to us. That's why we're here giving back to the community. We gain a lot of value, so it's our responsibility, our social responsibility to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mr. Vince.
Wow, powerful testimony. You hear from Mr. Mr.Jhone-Rae. I mean, he started this, and I like to always say, he got involved in this by mistake, because he came to that meeting by mistake. That's the best mistake of his life. I hope you all could make some mistakes today by getting started. If you think it's a mistake. He got started by mistake. He got a 100,000 USD size contract in less than 8 months. So feel free to make that kind of mistake and get involved with us. We have the Prime Minister of the Caribbean on standby there now. We got on to him, Mr. Dominic Merritt, coming all the way from Barbados, beautiful island of Barbados, somebody I have tremendous respect for. And again, I'm giving this guy a vote, right? A vote to be the Prime Minister of the Caribbean. That's the kind of charisma, character that this individual have. You know, I have tremendous respect for him. He's the person that, you know, connected with us and say, hey, Keyshawn, listen. We need to get a wheel for the Caribbean people. And this is the person that inspired us to, you know, have a separate wheel to spin with just persons outside of Trinidad and Tobago. So Mr. Merritt, again, you're here to represent the people. My brother, we're handing over to you. Let's hear from you coming all the way from Barbados. How has been CFX to you? Talk to us.
Blessings. Good afternoon again to the top leaders, these amazing leaders. Here in the likeness of Sion and Keyshawn. Funny enough, their names rhyme, and I know that they have time to go further on with this program, because this is making a massive impact on the lives of people outside of Trinidad. We're talking about people from as far up as Antigua, as far up as Bahamas, all the way down to Suriname, Guyana, all over the Caribbean. People are exploding with this opportunity because they are seeing the value in the opportunity. And I personally have been benefiting because I've seen it work for me. And I'm speaking as a person that is a student, a full-time student, doing a master's degree, and still juggling with this business opportunity, and seeing a team that is building throughout the entire Caribbean context. It's just nothing but fascinating for me to watch. That's the truth. And also too, just to add before we go back to the guys, what I found that really is to me one of the inspiring things about this program is that it allows the average person to have access to passive income. Now, you know, a lot of programs usually promise a lot of these grand ideas of, you know, making so much money in 2 seconds or in 2 days and so on. And then a lot of them go as quickly as they come. But with Cash FX, what we found, especially those on my team and those extended across the Caribbean, what we've all found is that this opportunity lives up to what it promises, which is to not just allow people to earn, but it allows people to learn, especially about the Forex market, and allows people to learn too about financial literacy, which to me is important. And as my good friend and mentor, Mr. Keyshawn, always says, you know, you don't have to be smart, you just have to be smart enough to start. And as my very good friend too, Mr. Matura always says, you know, with a program like this here, you have a responsibility to share it with others. So I believe that this is more than just a program. This is a social responsibility to equip people for the digitization that is to come.
Yes, sir. You see why I say this guy going to be the Prime Minister of the Caribbean, right? All you saw it for yourself.
But
I ain't making up stories.
If you use beard oil, boy. Use beard oil.
Yeah.
Beard looking healthy.
I wanted a beard like that since I was about 16, you know.
I need to put a beard on top of my head.
Hey, this man want to borrow a beard to put up here now. Mr. Hoyte, thanks a lot for taking the time to share with us, the success that we're having, not just in Trinidad, but throughout the Caribbean world. And I know under your leadership, there are a lot of persons being able to positively be impacted with this platform. So thanks a lot for sharing. What you thought about that, Sion?
I mean, powerful, well-spoken gentleman, man. Yeah. Proper representation for the Caribbean.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah. So we're voting for you. We're voting for you.
Hey, what's this about again, Mr. Vane? What we here for?
We're here to give away some Bitcoin.
All right. So
we have our next wheel to spin.
Remember
how much Bitcoin we're going to give away here again.
But before we go there, what's going on with the shares?
What shares?
No, they need to be sharing this thing.
All right. Okay. All they sharing, right? All they sharing out there. Let it go viral.
Let it go viral. I want to know where we at right now with our views and our shares, please, before we move forward. Because we're going to give away another prize here. I think this is a 1,000 USD contract we're giving away here.
You all could confirm that to us there because we wasn't counting.
Yeah, we need to know that, get that information.
What size contract we giving away? I'm still paid. Minister. 2,000. So we're going to give away another 2,000 US dollar size contract here by the spin of a wheel. The wheels on the bus go round and round. All you share, all you like, all you get it viral. We're going to give away 2,000 US dollars worth of Bitcoin. I hope all you ready. When all you ready for the wheel, pull up the wheel and we pumping, we cooking with gas. All you ready? I hope all you...
See, Mr. Sam,
Mr. Sam, yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Wheels on the bus go round and round. 5,000 shares. Awesome.
Call her name.
Well, you always asking me to call her name, boy.
Well, you know.
Yeah. We have Lisa Fisher.
Way, boy.
Lisa Fisher. All right. Do we have, let's see if we could connect with Miss Lisa Fisher there. She just won 2,000 US dollars worth of Bitcoin. Miss Lisa Fisher, how you going? Good to see you, girl. Ask her who invited her.
I would like to know who invited you to this wonderful meeting this evening.
Who invited you?
Who invited
my
you?
beautiful niece, Natifa Williams.
Miss Natifa Williams. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you just won 2,000 US dollars worth of Bitcoin.
It's a global
I know Miss
crisis.
Natifa is connected to Mr. Jacob, like Bonzo team. Bonzo, shout out. So we have a question from Ms. Fisher here. Talk to us. You forget the question?
No, I have a question.
You have a question? Ask the question.
You look like a very intelligent lady. I like the hat you have on there. That look like a bright cap, you know?
That's what we talk about.
Yeah, so, all right. The question I have for you, Ms. Fisher, is...
Yes.
What is the purpose of this event here? We're doing something right now. You just benefited from what we put this whole event together for. You just benefited from that. It's what?
Talk to us.
Okay, well, I was getting trouble with the link.
Digitization 2021.
From what I've seen.
Yeah.
The general idea from what I've seen is to share the information about the cash forex, to get that information out there, to make sure that everyone is educated on it, and to share the benefits of it as well. But I honestly got on late because I was getting difficulty with the link.
Well, late is good enough.
No problem.
And also to apply what? We here applying what? Some type of relief.
Digital relief, Bitcoin.
Financial relief.
Oh, good. Well, if you're wrong, you're right.
If you're right, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so, you're right. So you're good to go.
You're good to go. Thanks a lot for taking the time and being live. Happy to see you here. Blessings.
Right, so people, all you hear a little thing from the Chinese man. He give all some snippets. Now, we had to control him to because when he start to flow, just say, don't keep going. But, let me give you all an introduction again with who this gentleman really is, right? So, The power of the gentleman is this. You know, he identified to me once, Sion, we both are lions, but you are a domesticated lion. And he said, I am a lion in the jungle. And at this point in time, people, I still had my job. And I'm like, what is man telling me here, boy? You know, but when you come out here into the, you know, the free, what I call the free world, you realize it's a jungle out here.
It's a jungle out here.
It's a jungle, right? So this gentleman has, you know, grind through the trenches, and he's where he's at right now. He's financially free. You know, he's an example of what every young person should aspire to. And the thing about it is this, he's not trying to do this alone.
Yeah,
what he does is identify the people with the information and aligns himself with them. And it's not about aligning to use them, it aligns himself with them because that is where the power really is.
Yeah.
And together we are stronger. No man is an island, that's a fact.
Yeah.
So the gentleman has a purpose, he has a plan, he has a vision, and he's strict where that is concerned. Everything he does is towards his purpose and his vision. Every book he reads, everything he says and does is about purpose.
Definitely.
So what I'm going to do is get out the way and let him explain to you exactly how this thing works for him, what goes on inside his head.
I'll give you a little snippet. You know, the truth be told, thanks a lot, Mr. Lazar, for telling us your story firstly, and then, you know, extending that courtesy for me to speak. But we have been here together. You know, anytime I have to speak about myself, I always start by giving God the glory, because the only reason that I'm here is because of the grace of God. And, you know, I've grown up in church and I've learned principles. The truth is, when I started learning financial literacy, I started comparing financial literacy to ancient principles written in a good book. And I actually saw where they aligned. Now, there is this stigma attached to, you know, a word and wealth, and sometimes it seems like it don't collide. Now, in my personal studies, and this is not me regurgitating information from anywhere else, I've done studies so that I could be clear within myself, for myself, to stand for something. Yeah. And I saw that every single principle I learned within all the success books, all the financial literacy books as well, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, Business of the 21st Century, you name it. I could actually see where those principles came from the good word. So that's where my strength comes from. That is where my foundation really is, right? And the truth is, what really drives me is actually having the start that I started from. A lot of persons are not aware that, you know, I actually started from the ground. And when I say from the ground, I didn't have anyone to really extend a monetary support to me in business. I didn't even have intellectual capital to be passed on to me. And what do I mean by intellectual capital? You see, there are a lot of persons out there that's fortunate to grow up in the environment where they have families that are in active business. You know, friends that are operating an active business. I didn't have that fortune. Most of the information that I've acquired along the way, I had to seek that information outside of my family, outside of my environment. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that to speak to those out there that currently don't have access to that level of information I didn't have access to. You are 100% responsible to put yourself behind the environment and into information that is going to transform your life. I started with absolutely nothing. And that is why I always take time to tell persons, if you cannot make money without money, you're not going to be able to make money with money, because if money enters your hands, you're not going to be able to know what to do with it. Money, right, in my humble opinion, based on my studies, is a good servant if you know the principles that allow money to be subjected to you. But unfortunately, based on the school system has allowed money to master us. So there are so many people out there that 8 to 4 tells them what to do every single day. They're not working for passion. They're not working for purpose. They're not working for fulfillment. They're actually working to make a dollar. And I am here to tell persons that your energy, your intellectual property, your time, your equity does not have to be the medium of creating a wealth. Because you should understand that you have the ability to put money to work. Now, there comes a time when you have to exchange your time, your energy, and your intellectual property when you're now starting to make money because you need to accumulate. But once you have enough, you could put money to work. So I started with very humble beginnings, to be honest. And, you know, my mission beyond how much money I make right now is to reach persons who is in a position where I started. Where did I start? With absolutely nothing. I take that group of persons to task. I take them to task. The reason I take them to task is because I know the journey from there to where I am. And I also have a vision beyond where we are. So, you know, I'm calling forth every single person there that's listening. You don't need to have money to make money. You need to have the right mindset. You need to have the right coaching. You need to have the right mentors. You need to have the right environment. Environment is very powerful. Environment. You see, you could be the right seed right now, right? Until you're able to be placed in the right soil, you're not going to be able to harness the power that you have in yourself. So this is what I had to do. Limited association or disassociation. I had to limit my association with people that didn't have the level of success that I was going after. It really starts with limited association. But not just stopping with limited association, it then starts with added association. So you limit association with people that you wouldn't trade places with. You limit association with people that you won't want to trade your banking information with. And then you start associating with people that you would be willing to trade places with. And this is why I stuck on to Mr. Hoyte. When I had a conversation with Mr. Hoyte, I was like, yeah, this man is the real deal. This guy is the real deal. Because I have studied my field, right, for years, as Mr.Jhone-Rae Collymore said. Anything you're about to do, you do it wholeheartedly, and you do it to the best of your ability, you become a professional. I am a network marketing professional without apologies. Without apologies. And the only reason I'm here is because I saw persons that went before that had success with it. If you saw persons had success, right, with football, more than likely you could be inspired to be a footballer. If you saw people having success with basketball, you could be inspired to be a basketballer. Everybody want to be like Mike because of the success he had. For some strange reason, we don't have many positive success stories in the industry of network marketing. So when I started to learn the potency of this model, I decided I'm going to be a symbol. I am going to be Michael Jordan of network marketing in the Caribbean region. And I spoke that into myself every single day, and I embodied that by deciding to learn as much as I can and then become as much as I learn. And everybody could do that, by the way.
Definitely.
Everybody could do that.
Definitely.
That's the only difference with me and anyone else. My willingness to learn times my willingness to apply what was learned. Willingness to learn and willingness to apply what was learned. And that's why we sit here today, my brother. So that's a bit about my story.
That's a snapshot of his story. Of course, details, you can get the details if you like. Now, people, again, you know, Digitization 2021, it was a success. Just to bring context to this event again, this is a platform, Cash Forex Group, where you can allow your passive income to supersede your monthly expenses. And you know, you continue to do your job, you continue to mind your families, you continue to do what you love to do.
Correct, is right.
You know, and you don't have that worry of working for money.
Yeah.
You know, when your expenses are covered by passive income, you don't go to work for money, you go to work because that's what you love to do.
You love to do. Correct.
That's different. That's a whole different reason for getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, that's my testimony. That's what I was allowed to do with this platform. And you can do the same thing as well. Just get the right information so you know how to operate the instrument.
Correct.
So what I expect to come out of this is people asking people that are involved in this, how does it work?
How does it work? How does it work? And by the way, I heard that we made a major impact yesterday. I know today we're going to also make a major impact online. People are already asking us for a next session like this. So up front, I want to tell all the viewers, we are going to have a next session like this, a next giveaway like this very soon. So if you're just looking, go to the Billionaire Club, subscribe to us on Facebook, and look out for the next date, which is coming to you soon, like a movie. Like a movie. We're going to do it again, right? When it's nice, you do it twice.
Yes, people.
We will have a next giveaway session like this very soon, and you're going to hear from the speakers again, and they're going to go extensively beyond the information they went into today, because information is needed in the market.
Definitely.
I also heard that we was picking up so much traction that people was coming off the football stream to come and hear about digital relief. I also heard it had some other persons out there that was trying to mimic what we are doing, but guess what?
Imitation is suicide.
Hey.
All right. So people, this event was powered by the Billionaire Club.
The Billionaire Club.
You just heard from, Mr. Eustace Warner, Mr.Jhone-Rae Collymore. You heard from Mr. Stanley Hoyte, the
Mr.
Grandmaster.
Stanley Hoyte, correct,
I am
that's right.
Sion Nazar. This is Mr. Keyshawn Vane. We were your host for the evening. And Mr. Vane, you close them off now.
Well, again, friends, you're going to hear from us very soon. And literally, we are not here to compete in a market. We are here to dominate this market because our objective is creation. We're going to create so much financial freedom in the houses of our people that we're going to literally dominate the entire market, right? Because we're coming from a heart of service. We're coming from a heart of helping persons get out of the rat race, and we're doing that genuinely, right? So thanks a lot for tuning in.
Yes. And we want to thank the Cash Forex Group family. Thank
correct.
you, each and every one, all
Every
around
single
members,
person.
all participants, everyone that's involved in the business, and the new people that are going to be coming on board after this.
After this,
welcome everyone.
Welcome to success.
So take care, everyone. See you on the next side.
See you at the top. See you at the next event. We'll send that out in the Billionaire Group on Facebook. It is going to be here again very soon.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. Blessings. One is one.